Hello, friends. Welcome back to Shadowplay Tarot. Friends, happy Aries season. We are in the full swing of fiery ass Aries season. And I don't know about you, but I was definitely feeling ready to start this astrological new year, hit the ground running, and just like move forward with the things that excite me, right? A little chaotic, but I was fine with it. And then 1 week into Aries season, and I'm like, wow, this energy is definitely coming out swinging. So I don't know how you guys are feeling, but I am definitely excited to see what kind of insight we can gain into the month of April. Through our horoscopes. So I do have a couple of announcements to talk about before we jump to our fiery horoscopes. The first being that I have updated how you can book a personal reading with me. I did add it as a product to my online shop, and that is how you'll be able to pay for your reading. Currently, you should expect to get your reading within 1 week of when you purchase it. It'll probably be sooner, but I have some things going on right now that are kind of putting my name out there a little bit more, so I am starting to get busier. So if you have any questions, I have also updated a new email where you can reach me just about tarot, and I will definitely try to get back to you within 24 to 48 hours during the week. The weekend, I might be a little spotty. But so check it out. I am adding the link down below. And like I said, there's a few different readings. I put up a general reading, a career reading, and a love reading. I just want to let you guys know they're all pretty general. Like we'll hit on different areas, but like the career will be more focused on your finances, on your work, like that kind of stuff. And then the love reading, I'll be more focused on your love life, but you might get other messages as well that kind of correlates to your energy. So don't stress too much about the options. And, I just kind of want to get a general idea as to what you want me to look into. And yeah, I listed my email on the site as well. So if you forget, you can just click that and contact me with any questions that you have, and we'll talk them over. And if you have a special request, we can also talk about that as well. So currently my schedule only permits filmed readings like this, but it'll be just personal, like just for you. So I'll be emailing you a private link to your reading where you will be able to come back to it as often and whenever you'd like. So you'll always have access to those messages. And let me see if there's anything else. I think that's it relating to the readings. The other thing I also wanted to touch on is if you follow me on Instagram, there is a scammer, friends, and I have been posting about it, but I know it's the algorithm's weird. So I've been posting about it every day, but trying not to give it more energy. There's literally nothing I can do. Instagram kind of verified that for me. They got back to me on one of my accounts, my other accounts that I reported the scammer on, because of course I was the first one that they blocked. So if it wasn't for you guys, whoever it was that reached out to me over DMs and was asking me if I have a second account. So it's exactly the same as mine, the same name over on Instagram. My candle shop is Shadowplay Collective, but they added an underscore at the end, which is like so lame. And they copied all my photos, you know how that works. But the worst part is that they're like DMing people, pretending to be me. So yeah, just keep an eye out for that, guys. That's also kind of the push. Just know I will never reach out to you. If you want a personal reading, I'm more than willing, but that's because you're coming to me. So I don't seek anyone out in that way. Let me see. Okay. And then the last thing I would like to talk about is super exciting news. Starting April 1st, which I think it's going to be April 1st when these horoscopes post, you will also be able to find additional horoscopes, but they're written, not in video. They're my written horoscopes that I'm doing over for my friend's site on happilyevaafter.com. I'm also adding that link here below. Super exciting. Eva and I have known each other for a while, And yeah, we just decided to do this little collaboration. I'm going to be kind of like a guest. I'll have like a guest spot over on her site monthly where we'll be posting additional horoscopes. So you'll still have these in video form. And then if you're interested in seeing what I have to say over there, you'll have to check them out. And then Eva and I are also going to be doing monthly lives where we just kind of go more in depth into what's going on. Yeah, we'll give more details on the horoscopes, or if there's any like cool eclipses, or like, you know, just stuff like that. We're like fun witchy conversation. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure that you give me a follow over on IG, but please make sure that it does not have the underscore at the end. I am just Shadowplay Collective or Shadowplay Tarot as well over on Instagram. All right, friends, that is the most I've talked to you about non-tarot. Well, it was tarot related, but you know what I mean. That's the longest intro I've given, but I just had to let you guys know that I'm really excited about the little revamp on the site. I did add additional options for candles as well, selling them in bulk. For those of you that are like me and just burn through the supply so quickly, I always have them on my altars. You know, just it's a vibe around here. So if you're also like that, make sure to check it out because that might save you some coins if you want to purchase in a slightly higher quantity. All right, my friends, that is what I have for you on the news front. And now let's jump to your readings. Let's see what April has in store for us, friends. Hello, my Cancer friends, and welcome to your April horoscope reading. My Cancerian little crabs, I hope you've all been doing amazing. Let's jump right into your horoscope, guys. We kind of have a lot to cover. Today, we're going to be, the first part of your reading, we're going to be looking into your general energy. What is going to be your energy throughout the month? Then we're going to be looking into what's going to be coming up for you, maybe what's heading your way, anything important you need to know about. We'll be asking for advice. And then the second portion of your reading, of course, duh, we have to focus on love at some point. So we'll be looking into your love life with this other deck over here. Yeah, so if you would like to skip to the love portion, I will be timestamping that down below. But I do want to let you know, usually if love is something really important, if there's something in that area that you need to know about, it'll come through in this general portion, friends. All right, let's get started. Spirit, thank you for allowing me to channel these messages for our Cancerian collective. What do our little Cancer crabs have going on in April? What's going to be their energy in April? What's going to be going on for our Cancer crabbies in April? What can you tell me about the energy of our Cancerian friends in April, Spirit? We have the Six of Swords. Okay, we'll look to see what that's about. You could be, I don't know, making some choices, decisions, putting in the work to get yourself in a better place emotionally, spiritually, maybe even physically. Maybe you're literally like going somewhere. We'll see. We have the Hanged Man. Okay. What's going on with my Cancer friends? What's their energy in the month of April? We have the Strength card reversed along with the Queen of Swords. I like that that's upright. Shows you being very verbal about something. We'll take those. Okay. What's my Cancer crab's energy in April, Spirit? You could be dealing with someone else, a boss, a manager, or a partner, or a friend. I don't know. Feels like someone else's energy is coming through. I'm feeling like there was either conflict with this person or you're like kind of ready to let it go because I think you're viewing them as like, I don't know, maybe you're over them. I don't know if you felt like they were like moody or they are not taking charge. There's someone here that just doesn't feel like they're leading the way, but it's also tied into the energy of you have something to say about it. All right, why the Six of Swords, Spirit? Why the Six of Swords for my Cancer's energy in April? The situation was disappointing. Something here hurt you. and you're ready to like move on from it because you're disappointed. You're sitting back. I don't know, my Cancer crabs, maybe you feel like you were lied to. We have the Three of Cups showing up with Temperance, along with the Strength reverse. We have the Hermit, lots of keeping to yourself. I feel like you're going to have a very introspective month because there's something that happens here that you need to leave it, or you feel like you do, and you're just going to sit back. There's something that you're pulling away from because you feel like you can't trust it, or maybe you don't know who to trust. And I say who because I feel like there's other people involved. With the Three of Cups here, it feels like it could be friends or a get together, but there's something that needs balancing, or that you're trying to remain patient about when it comes to these people. And the reason I kind of like these two energies together, they're like, oh, cool, nice and chill, a nice situation, a nice hangout session with friends that's going to leave you feeling like healed. And, you know, but with the Strength reverse card, there's something about this that I feel you're like, man, I don't want to deal with it. Or you're like, I don't even want to go there. There's something about it that was stressful or anxiety inducing, that I feel like by the end of the month, you're ready to like, you're over it. The story got old. It's like you don't want to be dealing with this. Whatever this is, whatever it is you're going through, I feel like you are disappointed and you feel you can't trust something, that someone here may have been deceitful in some way. That's the energy that I'm seeing for you. Someone here isn't reliable, or they're just focused on themselves. Maybe someone here is acting based on what's best for them, or maybe they moved about in a way that could have been, you could have viewed as selfish. I mean, depending on what your situation is. It just feels like you got something to say to this Emperor person. And you know, it could be reversed. I really feel that you're coming off as Queen of Swords energy, which this is someone that's very vocal about where they stand on an issue. Communication is like clear, like this person's ready to bring down the sword. Like, this is my boundary. This is what's going on, and this is what it is. What you got to say about it. And this Emperor is like, I'm not going to say anything about it. It's really interesting because over here I see that there is the energy of a new beginning, but it's almost like you would have to trust. You would have to put trust back in, and I'm not really sure if you're willing to do that. We haven't looked that far ahead, but this is just the kind of the energy that's coming through. You're communicating and verbalizing what you gotta say, but you're also you're keeping to yourself. You're definitely keeping to yourself. You don't want this drama. You don't want this drama. I feel like you got other like good stuff going on that isn't showing up here, that this might like take away from, is what I'm feeling for you, my Cancer friends. All right. That is all I'm getting here. Now let's move on. Let's see what's heading your way. What do you have to know about what's going to be going on in April? Thank you, Spirit, for those messages. All right, what is heading towards my Cancerian friends' way in April? That was a funny way of saying that. What's heading towards Cancer? What do they need to know about that's going to be going on in the month of May? I just saw a card flip over, which always is so weird to me. What cards are those? Look at that. That is so lovely. I don't even know why those two would be flipped over. But we have the Four of Wands and the Ace of Cups. I love this energy for you. I'm going to leave it. So nice. It's a new emotional beginning when it comes to your foundation. If you're married, This is like your marriage or your home. There's something worth celebrating here, and it's going to feel really nice. That's why I remember earlier when I said I feel like you have other like fun stuff going on, and you don't want this to like take away from that. That's kind of like the vibe that I'm getting. All right, friends. Thank you, Spirit. What is coming towards my Cancerian friends? What can they expect in the month of April? One more shuffle. What's heading towards my Cancer friends in the month of April? Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot. That Queen of Swords wanted to come through again. We'll see if she comes through. What's heading towards my Cancer friends? What do they need to know in April? I feel like there is a lack of clarity or of not knowing the truth about something that is keeping you very undecided about something. I can only assume it's about that past situation we just looked into. What is heading towards my Cancer friends? Something here doesn't feel like it's finished. It's like unfinished business. Loose ends to tie up before we can start a new chapter. And there's going to be work that's going to be required to put into it. If this is like your job, your work, I see you being focused. Maybe there's something about if this is about work for you, maybe it's a project or something that there's lack of clarity and there's decisions that need to be made. And it's putting focus on something that you're trying to wrap up, and it's going to take work to get there. Now, that could apply to any other area in life, but the Eight of Pentacles does talk about work, but it also talks about wanting to put the work into something. I love that we started the read, though, with that Four of Wands and that Ace of Cups, Spirit. Why the Four of Wands? So it's righting a wrong, something that within your home structure or your foundation that is like in need to bring back to balance. I do see that I do see that coming back around. There's going to be an emotional new beginning when it comes to your home or the foundation of your life that is going to give you a renewed like sense of emotion, like new love coming in, and it's going to take you out of this hard time that you're currently feeling. So if that hard time it's like a lack of something. So if it was a money issue, that's getting better. If it's health, it's getting better. If it's any other resource that you feel that you didn't have enough of, it's getting better. And I do have the Two of Cups underneath. I am going to pull that. I love that because I see that partnership. If this is a relationship, it feels like something is getting better. Why the Ace of Swords in reverse? You know, there's something here. My Cancer friends, you're showing up as this Queen of Wands in reverse now. I'm kind of seeing that whatever is going on in your mind, you're kind of, I love you, Cancer, but you're kind of being a little stubborn. Or there's something that you feel that can't be true. I don't know the truth. If that kind of sounds like something you find yourself saying, it's stemming from a place of lack of confidence. I'm also sensing possible jealousy or just not feeling in your power or focusing on the wrong things, like letting your passions kind of set you on fire type of deal. And I see that because it's almost like you're blinded to anything new, a new way of thinking or clarity of some sort. It's almost like your own fire is like taken over at some point. This could be you getting upset. And when it comes to something about a truth or knowing something, very undecided, very stalemate energy that you're going to be feeling at some point. And you're going to be very fixated on it, and you're also going to want to keep control, but I kind of feel like the control's not helping the situation. Even though the situation feels like there's still loose ends to wrap up and you're just not there yet, there's an issue with communication coming through. for sure. I do see that you are going to be hearing about this situation that is ongoing. And there is movement forward, but like I said, I feel like communication, there's something about communication here that's keeping you at a stalemate because it involves other people, perhaps. Maybe you're waiting to hear from somebody, or you're waiting on communication. Doesn't have to be. You could be dealing with an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, just because those are the signs that rule communication and they're coming up in pivotal points in your reading. But I do feel like it involves other people, and you maybe you feel like you can't really move forward. Why the Eight of Pentacles? Move forward as like whatever this is, it involves like affecting other people, if that makes sense. So it's not like you're not just thinking of yourself, or maybe that's the problem and someone did just think about themselves and that's kind of what caused this. There's also a sense of being untraditional and going against the grain, maybe even like rebelling against what was expected, even what you expected. Maybe getting out of the box a little bit when it comes to your work or the things that you want to work on. There is a component to your reading that does have to do with other people. And there's something about these partnerships that have, I feel like whoever these people are, if this resonates, they're kind of taking you out of your zone. Because I feel like whatever you're dealing with in April is kind of tied into other people and other people's energy. Maybe something here that used to be really fun isn't anymore, or there's something that happened when you got together with these people that left you realizing you don't want something anymore, or it's just not exciting. It's not you anymore. So I'm seeing you as being very reflective, and there is going to be like, I feel like there's going to be a lot of thought that you put behind it, but just be mindful as to what those thoughts are, because like I said, I see here that there's a control and fixating and possibly like a lack of confidence in the situation, or just getting in your feels about what other people, I don't know, what other people are doing or have to say, or whatever that is that's affecting you. All right, guys. That is what I see heading towards your way, my Cancer friends. Those are the energies that are coming towards you in April. Let's ask for advice. What do you need to hear? What advice do you need to hear? Thank you, Spirit, for those messages. Put you back there. All right. What advice do my Cancer friends need to hear, Spirit? What advice do you have for my Cancerian friends for the month of April? What advice for my Cancer friends in the month of April, Spirit? I'm seeing you with a lot of options. It's also kind of confusing. Just be careful. Be careful of your thoughts, Cancer. Because there's a lot about communication and thinking and a lack of clarity and feeling lied to. So what's your advice? Speak your truth. Be clear. Say what you got to say, regardless of how other people may take it. What advice for my Cancer friends? I'm not telling you to be mean, but... And as I say that, you get the Five of Swords. Not that you're mean, but it feels like your words cut deep, and they do cause conflict. I'm not saying you're the sole cause of conflict, but I think that there is something that is said or expressed verbally that is like causes tension, and maybe afterwards you're going to be left thinking about it. You're really going to want to give up on the situation because it's been emotionally, spiritually, physically, hopefully not financially, but you never know. It's been taxing and it's been exhausting, and I feel like you're just kind of ready to give up. We have the Hermit in reverse now. So this is encouraging you to come back to it, but also knowing that like you're the one that holds the answers. Like this isn't something I feel like you're gonna you're going to be asking for advice. I think you're going to be speaking on it when you come out of this hermit mode. What's the advice for Cancer? Something here doesn't feel fair. This is encouraging you to be fair as well. There's an Empress showing up. Could be a Virgo or a Taurus. Doesn't have to be. Very creative. Someone who's very abundant. And I feel someone that might get a lot of attention. This could be you. This is also like mother vibes. Doesn't have to be, but could be. Just someone who's very fruitful. Someone who plants projects and they grow. Why the Queen of Swords, Spirit? I'm noticing how many cards are separating the Queen of Swords from the Empress. So if you are in both of these, or if you recognize someone else in your energy as one of these, then you can, take the message as you want. Why the Five of Swords? Yeah, this involves other people. I feel like someone okay, so this isn't for everybody, but it almost feels like there's a get together or some kind of reunion. I don't know. It feels like other people are involved, and it's supposed to be like a joyous, it's happy, like people are having a good time, but it feels like someone is really I don't know, says something or makes a hasty move before fully thinking, and it kind of causes conflict. So if you're resonating with this Queen of Swords, and earlier I said it's almost like you say something that might create conflict, like this might be at a gathering while you're like out with people, is what I'm getting. And I feel like it's almost coming from like you want to know, like you want the truth. You want to see past what might be hidden from you, or I don't know, but it's almost like done in a hasty way. This is encouraging you if you feel like you have been controlling or trying to control gaining knowledge or some form, I don't know, something in that sort. It's encouraging you to kind of release that a bit. Because there's a fixation here of when it comes to truth and communicating. Why the Nine of... Yeah, I feel like you might feel like you want to give up because it's like there's a blockage here in movement. Like you feel like things aren't moving, or you feel like there's a block in communication. Why the Nine of Wands in reverse? Very in your head. So part of your advice is kind of just shining light on the fact that a lot of this could be made worse in your mind for some at this moment. I'm not telling you that whatever you're going through is not valid at all, and I'm not diminishing your thoughts or how you think or feel about a situation, but there is a message here for somebody that the story that you've been going over and over in your head, or the things you've been telling yourself, are making you more tired, and they're making you like want to give up. Not saying that's right or wrong. That's just what wants to be highlighted, my Cancerian friends. Why the Hermit in reverse? The Ace of Wands. Yeah, I feel like you come out of your shell when you're like, or there's something here you don't want. Like you don't want it anymore. It's not exciting, and it has to do with other people. You might be choosing to, I haven't seen it yet, but it almost feels like it's leading up to you choosing to back away from this situation. But it is going to take courage. There's something here about maybe feeling like nervous or not sure that you can go through with it in order to correct this wrong. And now we have the King of Wands in reverse showing up underneath this Empress. I'm feeling like either someone here is seen like through the eyes of the world, through the eyes of their community. They're seen as being this really fruitful and like abundant person, but in reality, they might be lacking confidence. That's one story, but the other story I'm getting is that there's another person involved here who is either threatened or doesn't feel like they're up to par or up at the level of this other person. This might be a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Doesn't have to be, but this would be someone who's very attractive, creative. Both of these people are creative. One's a masculine energy, one's a feminine energy, but it's genderless. Both of these people might be looked up to by their community or their family. Both of these people could be in the public eye in some way, shape, or form. But right now there's a blockage in movement when it comes to these two people. Something there isn't moving along. It's too hot and cold. But I do see that there is planning. It's just slow moving. It's slow moving to get this partnership like where it wants to be or where it needs to be, because I do see the Two of Cups and I see planning. Wow, okay. I literally have no idea what that was about, but I hope you heard the messages that you needed to hear, my Cancer friends. All right, that is what I have for you in the advice portion. I think it was just a lot of shining light on different things. And if you do find yourself in a place of like, I don't know, when you hear yourself talking and if you happen to remember this conversation, maybe there's something you can catch yourself from saying before you say it. If you're the person that, I don't know, maybe the conflict's needed. Only you know your life, my beautiful Cancer babes. All right. That is what I have for you in the general part of your reading. And now let's jump to love. Oh, I almost dropped them, but I was going to look. I saw some of the same cards. Thank you, Spirit, for those messages. What can you tell me about my Cancer friends' love life in the month of April, please, Spirit? Someone here is lacking confidence. It might be lacking confidence over a commitment. Someone might be non-committal, or they want a non-traditional relationship, or they might just want to come towards you and they want to have some fun. And it's very fun when they're here, but when they're gone, you just don't know. You don't know when you're going to hear back from them. You don't know when you're going to see them again. And as exciting and fun as this situation is, a part of you knows that it can't carry on like that. Even if you'd like it to, there's something that's not consistent enough for you to get ahead. The circumstances are changing. Look, I knew he wanted to come out and say, yeah, I am non-committal. I'm not going to give you what you need. When you wake up in the morning, I might not even be there. But I'll probably be back because this is what I want. This person, or there's something around you that is fiery, passionate, and fun and exciting, but there's a component about it that can't keep it going. My Cancer friends' love life, Spirit, what do they need to know about April? This person holds back communication from you, or you're holding back from them, trying not to move too fast, even though someone here wants to come charging in. But when they do, okay, Cancer friends, two separate stories. So this could be someone who's manipulative to kind of get what they want with you, which is passion and fun and excitement, short-lived, very short-lived, and then they kind of pull back. Now, the other story isn't much different other than them possibly not being manipulative if they're not manipulating the situation, which they probably are because they know when to hit you up. They know how to do that. I feel like this person knows how to come back around because it might be a pattern that you've been on. It might be repeating a cycle of some sort, but someone here isn't feeling powerful to create change in the situation. What's going on with my Cancer friends' love life, Spirit? I feel like there's healing that's going on, though. In the month of April, you're getting over something that was disappointing. And you are very hopeful about this cycle, about the circumstances changing and things getting set in a new direction. You could be dealing with an Aquarius. Doesn't have to be, but I am seeing Aquarius and Aries, some fire signs. Someone here needs to step back. I feel like there's going to be distance created in between you and whatever the situation that's too inconsistent and non-committal. There's like healing to be done there. I feel like maybe this is a time where you're going to be listening to a lot of music, hanging out by yourself, reflecting, getting over things. There's someone here watching from a distance. I said distance before this even came out, and now I'm sensing distance again. But someone here is waiting for something to come back. Maybe you know this person's pattern, and you're like, oh, right now we're in the off. But you're like healing. You're like, oh, I know how it goes. But part of you is still like, they're going to come back around, or it's going to come back around. My passion, my flame, my the spark to my match. and you're kind of like waiting. I feel like you're waiting because you're watching your ships come in. Why the Knight of Swords in reverse, Spirit? My Cancer friends' love life. The no communication is killer. The holding back is really stressful on somebody. Why the Magician reverse? Yeah, you know what? There's an emotional immaturity factor. I mean, you could be dealing with someone that's younger than you, a younger water sign, doesn't have to be, but it just feels like they might be emotionally manipulative, almost like a child. Like, I just thought of how my daughter tries to get me to buy her those Beanie Boo things, and she'll like, say all the things to make me feel like the best. And then she's like, can I have it? Or like something like that. Like it's almost like a younger feeling of like someone comes in wanting what they want. Yeah, if it's not that, again, it's someone doesn't feel powerful to create change. And it's almost like it's an emotional immaturity in them. And it's almost like holding them back. There's a disconnect from this person. If this is you or them, there's a disconnect here between this person's own power and their emotions. It doesn't feel like mature love. It feels like it's probably physical attraction or the passion in that way. I mean, yeah, that's what I'm feeling. But it doesn't feel like it's emotionally matured yet. I'm not saying it won't. I'm just saying in April, this is kind of what I'm seeing. Why the Three of Swords in reverse? Hermit, you're taking a step back. I see that. You know what? You Cancer friends, in April, you're going to be kind of doing your own thing. Mentally, I see you maintaining because, yes, granted, the situation does suck. And someone here is like, I don't want to call it, it's like stress mode. It's like you're just like, oh, my heart, my everything, my mind, like this no communication, or communication in general has been coming up a lot in your reading, Cancer. I see you like just being kind of like done, like it's time for a shift. And I do see you healing. It is requiring you to go within, keep to yourself, but you are feeling hopeful about this situation. You are waiting. You're not going to be surprised when this shows up at your door, but there's something about this repetitive action that's kind of, it's getting old, and I think you recognize that, but you're also healing. So it's not like you're just not doing anything. And look how beautiful. You got the Lover's card underneath. You have hope. You have hope for this situation. Your person, if you're already dealing with a person, they could just be younger or not as emotionally have gone through the same things you have. Like there's like a difference here in how someone views this. All right. That's what I see your energy when it comes to love. Those are the energies that are going to be coming up for you in April. Let's pull one more time for love, and then we'll close your reading out with a little charm cast. Thank you, Spirit, for those messages. What advice do you have for my Cancer friends when it comes to their love life? Be independent. Like, step into your singlehood, step into your independence. Know that, like, focus on your work. focus on what you're doing. I'm getting an energy of being very self-focused and not being reliant or dependent on other things to like make you validate you as this awesome, strong, independent person you are. What advice do we have for my Cancer friends when it comes to their love life, Spirit? What advice do we have for my Cancerian friends? Yeah, go out and have fun. You're going to be very in your head. Like, there's something that you're, yeah, there's you keep, I feel like going over the same thing over in your mind. So even though you're keeping to yourself, look, she did come out when I was talking about independence. This is what I was thinking of. It feels like you are going to be in your head, like you are being encouraged to go out. But Spirit is acknowledging that in your mind, you might not be there. All right, friends, I need to take a sip of my tea. I kept trying to avoid it. But it's almost like when I hit 30 minutes, she been talking. All right. What advice do we have for my Cancer friends? Be aware of situations where you're overgiving, where it's an imbalance, a give and take. Maybe that's what you're in your head about. You do have a wish fulfillment coming. So during this time, my Cancer friends, I tell this to all of my clients, please be careful what you wish for, because sometimes you just might get it. I see that there's a wish fulfillment coming that's going to leave you feeling very content. You're going to be this little genie with a little smirk on your face, like, heh, I got something I wanted. I see quick movement and communication. I think I feel like this has to do with you're being encouraged. You might hear from someone out of the blue, friends, hey, let's have dinner. Hey, are you free for lunch? Hey, me and so-so are getting together at my house. Want to come? Something like that. Say yes. Someone is like set on manifesting this. You are being, okay, I know what this is. You know how just like 30 seconds ago I said, be careful what you wish for? This is telling me the same thing, because there's something about in your mind that you're stuck on, and you're kind of like, just be careful what you wish for, because you're manifesting something, but just make sure it matches with your current feelings and thoughts, and not something that is keeping you feeling trapped. I am being shown the Ace of Wands again. I'm going to put that here because you're coming off as being like, the more you stand on your own, the more you're doing your own thing, the more you're working, the more you're taking care of yourself, your home, your body, your whatever, the more attractive and passionate like experiences that you're attracting. Your passion is very it's like oozing, I feel like. In the month of April, there's something very beautiful about that. There is a really loud message here about putting in a lot of work, or wanting to put a lot of work into something that you're not getting the same out of. I see you putting in a lot of work in a situation that you're not getting the same in return. It feels very off balance. Take that as it resonates. I feel like if that's for you, you'll know what I'm talking about. Why the Nine of Cups, Spirit? So you expect communication, or if you want to continue holding back, expect to keep holding back. There's a wish fulfillment coming in when it comes to someone that wants to come in quickly but is holding back. So that to me could go either way. This to me is telling me that you're going to have a wish fulfillment on hearing from someone that's currently you're not in contact with, or your wish that they will stay away, or you stay away or hold back, is being granted. Either way, you're going to be comfortable. So I see a new emotional beginning coming for you. I think you're going to be feeling better by the end of the month, even if there's still things that you don't know about your situation. All right, my friends, let's put these away right quick. Let's pull some charms for you before we wrap up your reading. Thank you, Spirit, for those messages. What else can you tell my Cancer friends? Let me give these a good turn. What else can you tell my Cancer friends? This has been coming out so much. I mean, I literally think it flew out for like 2 of the other readings so far. But in your case, my friends, I do think this applies. These juicy thighs enigmatized. Take that as it resonates. I do see there's a lot of wand action in your reading, a lot of passion, lots of fun. We have the margin Homer pin with the sprinkles. It is a heart. There's a bite taken out of it. I know I do see love. I do see partnership. Maybe there's a Simpsons connection. We have the Sage bundle, a reminder to protect yourself. Also, if you regularly smudge, this is also your reminder that during your healing time, it might be a good time to do like a cleansing ritual if you're into those things. I know I am. I'm constantly smudging myself. We have the Prince pin. Maybe someone here is into Prince. I did feel like you're going to be listening to a lot of music during your healing period or your time out from a situation, your break. Maybe that's how you take time out. Maybe even if it's during your day that you just listen to music and that's a time that you don't really like interact with other people. There's just something here about taking a break. Maybe you like to listen to Prince. We have the churro pin. Maybe someone here likes churros. We have Angel Baby. There's so much love and like affection in this situation. You know what? Let me take that back. I'm sorry, Cancers. I didn't see love. I saw affection and I saw attraction and passion. So maybe someone here, maybe you are a water sign. I'm not saying there isn't love present, but I wouldn't be surprised if you do love this person. Oh, I don't know. I'm so weird with that. Now we have realize, which is so fitting because you feel like there's something in the month of April that you've been lied on or you've been, you can't trust. There's something here where you feel like someone is trying to possibly get away with something in some way. And it kind of has you pulling back. All right, my Cancer friends, that is what I have for you for the month of April. I hope you enjoyed your reading, friends, and I'll catch you at the next one. Thanks, guys. Hello, my Scorpio friends, and welcome to your April horoscope reading, Scorpios. Let's jump right in. We actually have a lot to cover today. The first part of your reading is going to be general. It could be about love, money, career, home. We'll see what comes through. Just mentioning that because the second part of your reading is solely your love reading, but sometimes, more often than not, it crosses over, especially if there's an important message that you need to hear there. So I thought I would mention that. We're going to start by checking in on your energy for the month of April. We're going to be looking at what's heading your way or can you expect in the month of April. And we're going to be asking for advice. And when we get to the love portion of your reading, we will be looking into what's going on with that and what do you need to know. All right, my friends, let's get started. This is literally like the third or the fourth day that I'm filming horoscopes. For me, if I do them back to back to back, I feel like I just need to take a break from the energy. All right, my Scorpios, so let's get started. Ooh, what's going on with my deck here? Half of it is facing one way, half of it is facing the other. I was probably tired when I was shuffling these last night. All right, my friends, let's jump right in. Spirit, thank you for allowing me to channel these messages for my Scorpio friends. What does the Scorpio collective need to know about the month of April? What's the energy that my Scorpios are going to be in the month of April, Spirit? What is the energy that my Scorpios are going to be in the month of April? I love it. Spring has sprung. Spring is here, friends. We'll take those. Just because they all kind of came out together. I feel like they're already telling a story. This Aries season is really intense, Scorpio. A lot of people are running off of high emotions, high passions, meaning when we say things, sometimes it could be taken the wrong way. Someone could pop off. Like it's kind of like a collective energy that myself and a lot of other readers that I follow are also picking up on the same. And the reason that I'm mentioning that to you is because I do see that someone here is like bringing down the sword and has something to say, but it does come with stress. We'll see. There's Scorpio showing up, having a difficult time letting go of something. Not ready to let go. Oops. We have the Three of Cups in reverse. This could be people around you or in your life. This situation feels like whatever is going on with these three people, it's not like vibing right. It could be overindulgent in some way, or just if this is friendship, it's I don't know how it leaves you feeling after you hang out with these people. We'll keep going. What's my Scorpio's energy? You are going to have an epiphany or a truth. There's going to be some form of clarity that does show up when it comes to this situation, okay? We're going to check into why you're not ready to let it go, or you feel like it's not done yet. Why the Queen of Swords spirit for my Scorpio's energy in the month of April? You have the Guru. Okay, so you're being very vocal about what I don't know why the first thing I wanted to say is what's right and what's wrong, but like you're a Scorpio, you have your convictions, and I love that about Scorpios. I know Scorpios very well. The good, the bad, and the ugly. No, just kidding. No, but for real. So I get the intensity of it, but there's something here that it's okay. It's going to be heavy. It feels like it's heavy. It feels like it's maybe you've been carrying a burden around, or you feel like your responsibilities. There's something here about pressure and like mental stress, and you're kind of voicing. This could be voicing something about a commitment, a partnership, a marriage, what you deem is like I was saying, like right and wrong. This just feels like it's very, very structured. There's something about how you're communicating about a certain structure, but it comes with it comes with baggage, or it comes with some form of stress. I see that there is we have the Page of Cups here along with the Eight of Wands and the Hermit in reverse. It kind of feels like something pulls you out of, if you did find yourself in hermit mode, like kind of keeping to yourself or just going within and trying to do healing, there's something here that literally kicks you out of it. And I feel like it might be fast moving, and it could be relating to a child. Doesn't have to be. But with the Page of Cups here, it has something to do with like young love, young emotions. Maybe you're dealing with a younger water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Doesn't have to be. Let's see the Death card. Why are you having a hard time letting this go? Oh, look at that. The same card, except in reverse. The Queen of Swords in reverse. You can't let go what was said. Or something here that there's a lack of clarity, but I feel like you're going to get clarity. Yeah, you can't let go of something that was said. I kind of had a feeling. This is the card in my mind that I was envisioning when I said it. You can't let go of what was said. There's something here. So Scorpio, just a little alert on your reading is just be mindful of the conversations that might come about, because I see that your energy, you're not feeling whatever the discussion was. For some of you, the discussion could be about children. Doesn't have to be. But, or you're just dealing with someone who's like not as mature emotionally as you. Why the Three of Cups in reverse? There is a lot of love in this situation and a lot of empathy. Like there is deep love here for this group of people, but there's something about it that, I don't know. Maybe there was an argument. If this is a family dynamic, maybe there's an argument between children or siblings, friends. I mean, it feels like it's something like that. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of love there, a lot of care. There's someone showing up as this Queen of Cups. Might be you, might be someone else. Cancer vibes coming through. And yeah, all water signs, but why the Ace of Swords, Spirit? You have clarity as to, you're going to get a truth or clarity that's going to make you very happy. So, and it's going to bring things back into balance, okay? It's going to make you feel better by the end of the month. So Scorpio, just your energy is going to be a little bit of a roller coaster over something that is said. You're not going to be able to let this go. There's something about it that's going to stick with you, but at the end, it's almost like you choose love. There's a truth that comes through. There's a clarity that's going to be brought to light, and it's going to make you really happy. Okay, so that's your energy for the month of April. Scorpio, I laugh because literally like your message was so upfront and direct. It's funny. Not all the messages have been like that. Thank you, Spirit, for those messages. What is going to be heading towards my Scorpio's way? I just blew that out. I don't like it when I do that. What's going to be heading towards my Scorpio? What do they need to know about the month of April, Spirit? What do they need to know about the month of April? What do my Scorpios need to know about the month of April, Spirit? What's heading their way? What do they need to know? Yeah, you're coming back from possibly like being away or being withdrawn, something like that, but you have a new perspective. There's a younger air sign showing up, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. It doesn't have to be, but this person feels like they're younger. You have a lot of young energy in your reading. This person isn't really talking, but they're watching. They're watching you work, or someone's hard at work. What's heading towards my Scorpios? What's heading towards my Scorpios? Why the Hangman in reverse? So you're hanging back until you have a different perspective and can make a decision. It's almost like you don't want to make a decision in this situation. And someone here isn't speaking on their future plans or any changes that they're going to make. It's almost like they're just sitting back and watching what someone else is going to do. By the Eight of Pentacles. Someone here is really willing to work on the family dynamic or the home dynamic, or there's a lot of work to be put into a situation that is shaky. Right now, what I'm being shown is that maybe the home is going through something that unsettled the foundation. If it's a home, if it's a job, something like that. Whatever's your foundation in your life feels like it's not stable, and there's a lot of hard work to put into it. But someone here is being very back and forth over if they even have the power to change this. It's almost like it's been tiring, even though I haven't seen that yet. It's what I'm feeling. Now the King of Cups is showing up. So this could definitely be about a partnership, a love partnership, a relationship, counterparts of some sort. The Queen is very loving and empathetic and just someone that you could just tell that they care. But on the downside, the Queen of Cups tends to overgive at times because it's hard to tell the limit of where we draw the line between ourselves and the people that we love. And the King of Cups is very much drawn the line. Like, even though the King has a deep love for his family, his friends, whoever is in this person's life, and you guys know that I use he, she for the court cards, but there is no gender. Whatever is going on here, this king, even though he has deep love in the situation, he feels very left out. There's a feeling of not having enough of something, and someone got left out of a situation. Someone's also feeling very, like I said, disempowered and kind of going back and forth over what they should do, if they should make a change, what do they view in their future, but maybe they're not like communicating about that. Why the Knight of Wands? So I love that both of these are on a horse and both of these like want to win. The Knight of Wands is very passionate, very exciting, comes in, but also might not have the motivation or the energy or stamina or something like in that regard to really carry on for a long time. So this is a great way to start something as long as you have like a more stable foundation to go off of. Like this is going to be the spark. This would be, I mean, in the tarot, if this is a person, this is F-boy energy because this is someone that comes in and gets you all riled up. You know, they're attractive. Their energy is captivating. They come in with passion, and you have the best night with them. And then the next day, they're not there, and you don't know when you're going to hear from them. And then they come back. It's like that kind of energy. So it's not consistent, even though it could be fun and exciting. It's not consistent, but it's also, there's a feeling of wanting recognition and wanting to succeed and come out winning with whatever this is. But there's something in your energy here that it's like the flame starts to burn and then you pull it back because there's a back and forth here over your own power, your own ability to manifest the life that you want, or bring in whatever it is you want. If that's a job, if that's a lover, if that's your family dynamic, whatever this is, I feel like there's a back and forth feeling over can I even do anything here? All right, I think that's it. The good news is that there is a new perspective coming, and there is a message of things being reciprocated. And like this could even be conquest, you guys. This could definitely be conquest energy. This could be this King of Cups has deep emotion in a situation. Maybe there's a separation with someone because he feels left out. But he wants to come in swinging. It's funny because this is how he feels, but he wants to come in with F-boy energy and win the situation and dominate. Conquest, if you will. That message is not going to be for everyone, but it definitely needed to be addressed. All right, guys, just reminding you, this is a collective reading. So if something doesn't feel like it's your story, then by all means, it's not your story. You know, depending on how many people listen to this, it picks up on different energy. All right, my friends, let's ask for advice. Thank you, Spirit, for those messages. What advice do you have for my Scorpios in the month of April? Spirit, what advice do you have for my Scorpios in the month of April? Scorpio, be careful what you wish for, because even if you don't feel it, you are manifesting, constantly manifesting. It's probably because of your depths of how you feel and think about things, my Scorpies. So just keep that in mind. That Magician in reverse kind of shows me as to how you think about yourself or the situation. So if there's something you're wishing for, I do see that it is showing up. But sometimes when it shows up, we're like, oh yeah, this is what I wanted at one point. Oh, it's not what I thought it was. So that's what I mean by be careful what you wish for, and putting your intentions behind the positive and not focusing on the negatives if and whenever possible. I know life happens. All right, thank you, Spirit. What advice? This is encouraging you to charge ahead. Charge ahead. Let's see. There's also a not moving on. You're not letting go, not moving on. There's a Tower. Scorpio vibes. Page of Cups. Okay. Advice for my Scorpios. This is going to push you out of there's a resistance to letting something end. We have the Ace of Wands. There's sparks of passion trying to come in. We have the World reverse. I'm going to put that there because that's kind of the same vibe as that Eight of Cups in reverse. Spirit, why the Knight of Swords? Why the Knight of Swords? So be careful to rush in. Be careful of rushing in because you're impatient. That's the message there. So for some of you, this could be encouraging you to move forward. Just be patient and make sure that you yourself are leveled. But here I'm seeing someone who might act hastily because they're feeling off balance in the situation. Why the Tower? Why the Page of Cups? There's a father that has deep love here for his children, or is showing up for his children. That's one story. The other story that I'm getting is, no, this feels like it's a provider in what they love is what I'm getting from that. Oh, we do have the Two of Cups showing. Where does that want to go? Leave it there. This could also be someone who the love is young, and this person is very stable as a provider, and there's like a soulmate connection showing up, or a really good partnership. But the feelings, no, there was a King of Cups and a Queen of Cups. I was going to say the feelings haven't fully developed. Feels younger. Maybe you're dealing with a younger water sign. Also, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo is showing up with this King of Pentacles. There's something very stable. This feels very stable, but there's also a something that I don't know if it already happened or it's going to happen. It feels like there's a very a shift that jolts your situation. It jolts your life because it's going to change how you live. I feel like you kind of see it coming, and the reason that I say that is because usually when we have a Tower moment, it's because we didn't, I hate to say it, my Scorpios, it's because we waited too long to make a move. We waited too long to take control over a situation. A very basic example that I can think of, and this is not going to be for everybody, but if this was a relationship where there was children involved, or there is children involved, it's like a resistance to make a change, or to leave, or to end it, because someone here is holding on really tight, even though everything in the universe is pushing you to kind of let go and let the natural cycle of things continue, however that might be. But there's a lot of resistance here, and it's bringing on stress. I see love and partnership. I see a divine counterpart situation, and possible kids, or just feels like young love. So there's something here that's really pushing you out of the stability of your comfort zone. I'm seeing in a couple of places, Scorpio. Why the Ace of Wands, Spirit? Why the Ace of Wands? Let me pull this one first. Why the Ace of Wands? You're getting excited over how to move forward. Even though there might be a little stalling, you're trying to be logical. You're trying to have the courage to, so there's something here, Scorpio, that you already know isn't serving you, and you know it. I mean, for some of you, it might even feel toxic, or like it's been really restricting you in some way, and it hasn't been satisfying. I see that in a couple of different places, but there's also a resistance to letting it go. And it makes sense, my Scorpies. You are a fixed sign, like myself, a Taurus, but you are the most intense of the water signs. So the emotional depths that you feel, plus your logical nature as well, it makes it difficult sometimes. Like, change is not easy. And I feel like that is something that's happening here, is that the change is not easy. There's something that's pushing you, something that you've been holding on tight to. Maybe you've even kept your heart guarded in some way, or like protecting yourself. It's like not trusting a new start to come in, or it's delaying a new start from coming in with this full reverse card. But there's a shakeup happening here that's it's gonna catapult you in the direction that you're meant to go in. It's up to you if you get on the train or not, but the train might try to drag you, my friends. I mean, I hate to say it, but when the Tower card comes up, I'm telling you, the Tower usually comes up when we are, when we're just like, yeah, no, I know I got to deal with it at some point. And then that some point creeps up on us instead of us creeping up on that point. I see excitement, though. I see an exciting, passionate new beginning. I see you envisioning your future and really like imagining, smelling, tasting, getting excited over what that entails. I see you ready to leave one thing behind so you can start moving towards another thing. And even if you don't know exactly what that other thing is, I feel like you're going to be ready because you have this spark of passion. All right, my Scorpies, definitely not a bad message. It may be intense to some of you, especially if you resonate with, you know, the parts of avoiding a decision, and it might creep up on you. But I think that there's very powerful change heading your way, Scorpios. All right. Thank you, Spirit, for those messages. Can we check into my Scorpio's love life for the month of April? That could have been love for sure with that Two of Cups, the Page of Cups, the King of Pentacles. That's like a provider that is in a good partnership, and there's you know, it just felt good. What is going on for my Scorpios in their love life, Spirit, in the month of April? So I'm already being shown some of the same cards. I'm being shown indecision. Let's see if it ends up playing out. All right, Spirit, my Scorpio's love life. You don't want to move forward, but there's an emotional blockage here. You're in a situation where the feelings have kind of gone stale, meaning there hasn't been a change, there hasn't been a renewal. This could, if it's a marriage, I see that, but it's like not, feels like there's I mean, it could be divorce, but not for everyone, of course. Just with that justice reverse, maybe it's a contract or something that isn't working anymore, or that's keeping someone there. There's that logical side of you, that King of Swords, or you could be dealing with an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, someone who's very logical. We have a Taurus showing up, Taurus, Virgo, someone who's very independent, working hard. You could be either of these people, but there's someone here who's working hard at work, working at being financially independent, not letting go. Someone was hasty, and there's something you can't let go, or you're having a difficult time. With the Ace of Cups, kind of the same message as your beginning of the reading. We have strong Aquarius showing up here. Maybe someone has that in their chart. But someone here feels hopeless that there can be a renewal of emotions the way that things are. Someone, there's watching again. You're literally getting the same cards, friends. With this Page of Swords upright, someone's watching. Maybe they're communicating. It feels young. You have a lot of young energy. Why the King of Swords? You guys, you're literally getting the same cards. So it's like a half-hour long love reading for most of you. Why the Nine of Pentacles? Wow, Scorpio. Now we're seeing what happens after the Tower. By the Three of Cups. Why the Fool in reverse, Spirit? Having the confidence. Okay. What is it that they're having a hard time walking away from, Spirit? What is that? You want to move forward, but at the same time, I feel like you keep looking back. It's difficult. It is. You're going to keep to yourself. You're going to go back into hermit mode, which is cool. I mean, you're a Scorpio. There's darkness in the depths. I am seeing that the home dynamic is shaky right now. That was shown to me again. Like I said, it just kind of feels like there's almost like a loss of hope, like that things can turn around. And when I asked what are they having a hard time walking away from, is I wanted to see what other answers we could get for this Eight of Cups in reverse. Someone here is really in their head. Someone is very intelligent. This is the type of person that has ideas in the workplace. Like, it's someone that you can come to for logical, sound advice. And this person, you are either having a difficult time walking away from them, or you are this King of Swords and you're just having a difficult time walking away from this situation. Or I shouldn't even, like, it doesn't even have to be walking away. Like, it could be a physical move for some of you. It could be a way of thinking. It could be a person, place, or thing for sure. But it's something that hasn't been satisfying to you. It hasn't been fulfilling your soul. It hasn't been, there's love there, but it hasn't been like satisfying. And I'm getting the feeling that it's been a long time. You're ready to move forward and you're ready to see progress, but at the same time, it's almost like you want to see progress here. I see you kind of laying low and going within and doing healing. There's also the energy here when I said now I'm being shown what's going to come after the tower. It's because when the tower is in reverse, it's showing me the energy of after the fact. And after the fact, I see someone here being very single and independent and focusing on themselves, their home, the pets, the whatever it is they got to take care of. They're working at building themselves back up, money wise, work wise, home wise, whatever this is. It's nice, beautiful, self-focused energy after a shift that happens. With the Three of Cups in the full reverse and the Queen of Wands, the reason I wanted to clarify what it is here, it's almost like there's either there's a delayed new start, a new journey when it comes to these Three of Cups. Earlier we saw the Three of Cups was reversed and now it's upright. So this is meaning this situation affects other people. And it's almost like you're not trusting how the new beginning is going to come about or how this new way of doing things. But it's stemming from a confidence issue. And also someone here might be kind of fiery or kind of like, I hate the word moody, but it just kind of comes to mind when like someone's like difficult to talk to because they might pop off or snap, but it's coming from a place of not feeling in control and not feeling like confident in the situation. So this is kind of telling me that you're not trusting this new situation, or someone here isn't, and it's kind of delaying that. I do like that the Three of Cups is upright though, because this is reunion, this is fun, this is being with people that fill our cup. Yeah. All right. Let me see if there's anything else that we need to talk about. Thank you, Spirit, for those messages. All right. Before we, did I mention we're doing a charm reading? We're doing a charm reading. We're going to do one after we ask for advice for your love life. And then, we'll close it out with that charm reading. Thank you, Spirit, for those messages. What advice do you have for my Scorpios in the month of April when it comes to their love life? Get out of your head is the first thing I heard. If there's something that's making you feel trapped, it's like, it's almost like the thoughts that are going through your mind are keeping you feeling restricted, and it's time to loosen some of that up. Thank you, Spirit. What advice do you have for my Scorpio's love life in the month of April? What advice for my Scorpio's love life? It's like you keep going hermit, in and out of hermit. All right, what advice? So get out of hermit mode and make a decision. It's almost like there's waiting and patience. And just know that even if you don't feel recognized and you don't feel like you're like quote unquote winning right now, it's just, it might not be a space and time to be winning. It might be a space and time to take action and address things. The Emperor reversed. Someone here is not taking charge when they could be. They have it in them to, they're just really in their head. Now we have the King of Swords in reverse. Someone here could be difficult to talk to in general. There's an overall feeling of feeling confused, disempowered, maybe even stubborn. Aries, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini coming through. Why the Hermit in reverse? The Page of Wands. This is a fun new beginning. It's almost like encouraging you to get excited. Why the Two of Swords? Oh, I love that. Why the Three of Wands? Empress and Emperor showing up. There's a divine counterpart here. There's a beautiful counterpart with this Emperor and this Empress. I just don't like that they're reversed. Y'all, is this the same person? What do you have going on, Scorpio? Why the Emperor in reverse? There's decision making here on both parts, on your part and their part. Why the King of Swords? Wow, okay, Scorpio, what is going on? Now more people are showing up in your reading. Okay, so let's talk about it. Let me see if there's anything else I need to pull. Why is this Empress in reverse, Spirit? Why is this Empress in reverse? We have Taurus and Virgo showing up to say what's up to your party. Oh my God, Scorpio. I say oh my God because it's almost like other people are showing up. I mean, this could be you, but what is this Emperor and the Two of Wands about, Spirit? A new perspective. Okay, why the Six of Wands in reverse and the Seven of Cups in reverse? All right. So, yeah, remember when I said it's just maybe not time yet because there's action that needs to be taken. Okay, my Scorpies, here we go. Only take it as it resonates. I literally never know. Like, I just had to adjust myself in my chair. I cracked my back. I'm about to take a sip of my tea. We're in this, friends. We're in this together. All right. So there's something about, I don't know if you were keeping to yourself, if you were like in hermit mode, but I kind of see you coming out of that. And what draws you out could be something fun, like a friend or a fun project or something. It kind of like draws you out, and I feel like it's going to be good for you because it does feel like an exciting spark that you probably need right now. Because regardless of what you have going on, it's like we need balance, right? It can't all be stressful. It can't all be like worrisome. And there's something fun here that comes up for you, and it's going to leave you like thinking and trying to figure out what you want to decide about an emotional new beginning. And I feel like this is with someone else, Scorpio. Now I get all excited. I mean, it's exciting because I feel like where you're at right now, you're not happy. But it's like not, there's a time factor as well. Like I said, because certain things have to happen before your happiness can align. And right now I feel like if you've been feeling negative or down or just not feeling recognized in your family, in your partnerships, in your community, if you're single, this is like amongst your friends, like whatever it is, it feels like at one point like you've been confused over what it is that you wanted. Like you've been in an energy of something ain't right, something's not fulfilling me. Maybe the picture looks like it should from the outside, but something from the inside hasn't been lining up for you. And there's almost like you're gaining clarity. You're gaining clarity. You could have even been fantasizing about what your ultimate happiness would entail, you know? And now I feel like you're waiting on something. Someone else is showing up here. And I'm seeing divine counterpart, but you both aren't you both aren't there yet. Like both people have work to put in. Now, if this isn't someone new, Scorpio, like totally disregard that. I'm just like silly and get excited and caught up in the energy of my own readings. But it feels to me like you're waiting on someone or something This person is a divine feminine, Virgo, Taurus, possible, doesn't have to be. Very creative, very abundant, um, takes care of themselves, attracts really cool things into their experiences, gives life to things and projects. This could be a mother, and there's a soul connection here. But right now, it's not, it's like the connection is there, but both of these people are not there. So I don't know if it's an actual physical distance between you guys, or if other things have to line up before you can come together for this emotional new beginning. And I feel like you're trying to figure that out because this excites you. With the Emperor reversed and this Two of Wands, I feel like even though the Emperor, now you could resonate with either one of these people. There's a couple of different people coming through. But the Emperor reversed right now, like I said, he's not taking charge. He doesn't feel in control. He's kind of lacking the emotional, spiritual, mental stability, like whatever it is. Um, I'm not necessarily, I mean, it could be financial, but I don't know. You never know. Something about this person right now that they don't feel like they're in their power. And it's kind of the same with the Empress. But this Emperor is thinking about making like a bold move. If this Emperor does make a move and he does it with the right intentions, that energy will go upright. Right now it's reversed because a feeling of disempowerment that we saw at the beginning part of your reading as well. Someone is feeling disempowered, but this person is ready to look at the future and what that could look like, and making a decision to move forward and move forward differently. And it does require something else kind of being left, not left behind, but now we've outgrown this situation. So it's time to move to the next situation. There's a new perspective that's coming in along with this, you keeping to yourself or things not feeling like they've been moving for a while. I do think that you are gaining new ideas and new perspectives as to how you would like to move forward. We already kind of talked about how someone here is very in their head, very, very in their head, but not clear. There's a lack of clarity that I feel. They're trying to, they're trying to feel things and think things out. Um, there's Leo, Aries, Sagittarius coming through, heavy on the Leo, and yeah. This person's very attractive. They are very they're people that someone looks to. They could be a boss or like a manager, or yeah, they just like lead things and they have exciting ideas. And I almost feel like, I don't know if this is a choice between two or if this might be the same person, because I mean normally when we have two kings together, but someone here is really in their head and someone here is standing very confidently. They're standing confidently about being ready to release burdens that have been weighing them down regarding this broken foundation or this shaky foundation. Someone here is ready to take charge, and do it confidently. Now, if there is no confidence behind it, then this person could be feigning confidence, even though in their head they're like, what the fuck is going on? Out to the outside world, they're like, I got this. I know what I'm doing. I know what I want. Even on the outside, if on the inside, they're like, oh, I'm not really sure. Very interesting messages for you, my Scorpios. We're going to leave it at that. I think I just went cross-eyed with this part of the reading. I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. Even if it's not a new person, my friends, I'm seeing you start to think about what you want in the future. If it's with or without this person, I don't know, but there definitely is a soul connection there. There's a soul connection with someone that I don't know if it felt like the person in the first part of your reading. I don't know. I don't know. Slide into my DMs and let me know, my Scorpios. All right, friends. Thank you, Spirit, for those messages. What else do my Scorpios need to know? What do they need to know? Are you going to come out? Oh, someone here likes Bad Bunny. Someone likes Bad Bunny. Someone likes music. We have 1, 2, 3. And someone likes The Simpsons. Someone wants to get cozy. Yeah, someone really likes The Simpsons. We're going to put those there. There's a lot of passionate and like sexual energy coming through in parts of your reading. But that, you know, that could also be creativity and art and like passion in that way, but it's fiery. But now I'm seeing I don't know, when that soulmate connection came through, I feel like things shifted. All right, so we have Aaliyah. I think of One in a Million, Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. We have Bad Bunny, El Conejo Malo. Maybe someone likes Bad Bunny. I know I love Bad Bunny. So many songs to think of. Sorry, I zoned out because I started to think of lyrics. The first one I think of is No me vuelvas a decir bebé. Maybe that means something to someone. Also, the album that keeps popping in my mind is Por Siempre, not any of the newer stuff. So maybe there's something about that period of time. If you resonate with Bad Bunny, with the Bad Bunny fan, maybe there's something about that period of time when you were listening to that album a lot. I'm kind of feeling vibes of like right before quarantine. So maybe like, you know, I don't know, a couple years ago. We have Bjork, definitely a music connection here. You and someone else could be communicating through music, or you get therapy, creativeness, all that beautiful stuff from music. All is Full of Love, Bachelorette, and Army of Me, Post, the entire album as well. Well, there could be messages for you in any one of those, but it's just what pops in my head. And then we have the Prince Scroll. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to get through this thing called life. This is definitely a reminder, guys, that maybe you need to lean on someone. Maybe there's outside people, friends, you know, that can help you through this time, can help you get through this thing called life. Like I said, there's a Simpsons connection here. I also put the Mickey along with it because I'm feeling childhood nostalgia. There's something about kids or young love, maybe even knowing this person for a long time. Maybe they stir up feelings of nostalgia. We have Maggie on the skateboard. We have Marge and Homer, that divine counterpart. We also have Marge as the nurse on the cover of Blink 182's Enema of the State, which I love. So Marge is like sexy and ready to handle business. Then we have the melted Mickey pin. Maybe someone here likes Disney, Mickey, Disneyland. Also a feeling of intoxication. That could be love drunk. We have Hot Tub Club and the heart-shaped bed, and then I put that with ripe and ready to eat because I feel like this is all about rest, relaxation, and some good lovin', my friends. And this is going to be really random and something that I've never even said, but for some reason that's so weird. I started to taste a bean and cheese burrito, and that is not like on the menu for me today. Maybe it's on the menu for you, my Scorpios, and I'm just really tapping in. And so, my friends, that's what I have for you for the month of April. I hope you enjoyed your reading, and I'll catch you the next one. Thanks, guys. Hello, my beautiful Pisces friends. I hope you're all doing amazing and welcome to your April horoscope reading, friends. Let's jump right in. We have a lot to cover. First, we're going to be looking into your general energy, what's going on with that in the month of April, and then we're going to look into what's heading your way, what do you need to know. We're going to be asking for advice, of course. And then the second part of your reading will be your love reading. I do want to mention if you do skip ahead to the love part, that's totally fine. But more often than not, actually almost in every reading, love has bled into the general portion. So if there's important messages that you need to hear there, they might also be included in the general part of your reading. All right, let's get started, friends. Thank you, Spirit, for allowing me to channel these messages for my Pisces babies. What energy are my Pisces friends going to be in the month of April? What's their energy, Spirit? What is the Piscean energy for the month of April? I'm seeing possible new collaborations, working really well with a team, building towards something together. Possibly you're having I don't know if you're having late nights or if you were at some point. We'll see. So there's something coming through with sleep. Oh, thank you, Spirit. What is the energy that my Piscean friends what's their energy in the month of April? my Pisces? We have the High Priestess in reverse, which here's your energy coming through. Okay. So maybe it was sleepless nights that you were having, and maybe that's there's a recovery going on. There feels something that you've been fighting or defending, and it kind of led to a mental, like, I don't want to say a breaking point, but it kind of took over, and it disconnected you from your intuition and blocked you off. It's relating to other people. We have the Three of Cups in reverse here. This could be friends or family. Earlier, I did see a group of people working together. And it was three as well. So maybe there's something in that number for you. We'll keep going. Thank you, Spirit. What's my Pisces energy? Wow, Pisces. You feel kind of, I feel like you're going to be looking at where your investments have gone, what you want to invest in, reprioritize perhaps. But there's someone here you're not talking to, or there's something you're not saying, or you're disconnecting from. Okay, the energy, this High Priestess in reverse, that's an energy I don't like to see anyone in, including myself. But that's strong. There's strong Pisces tied into that. You are psychic, you are intuitive, and right now you're kind of blocked off from that. So it makes me think that you might be, I don't know if something happened and you didn't listen to your intuition and you listened to maybe other advice or what someone else had to say. You're not ready to walk away yet. We'll see what that's about. What's the Ten of Swords in reverse? Okay, so some possible fears about having courage in this situation, perhaps. You could be dealing with a Leo. Why the Seven of Wands, Spirit? There's a big block in communication here, or someone's not deciding not to move forward. They're like unplugging. I like that Ace of Wands. We'll see why the Three of Cups is in reverse. Why the Queen of Swords in reverse? You're not really talking while you're kind of evaluating the scene. Maybe you're scoping the situation and getting a new perspective on things. You're probably working on gaining clarity or an understanding of a situation so that you can communicate that. You feel that where you have currently been investing, like you've been putting X amount of time, work, energy, love, whatever it is, into this situation, but you don't feel seen and you don't feel recognized, and possibly you don't even feel like you're winning in this situation. So I see you kind of feeling like you need I feel like you're going to be in the energy that you're going to want to look at your priorities and figure out what's important to you, what can stay and what can go. And the things that do stay, how important are those to you? And prioritizing what's at the top of the list. What are the top 2 or 3 things at the top of the list? And then everything below that can probably be reconfigured. I see that you're feeling this way because it has been some time that you've either been putting work into or effort, something like that, where you've been putting in your investment. And even though you still want to continue to invest in this, you're just not feeling the gains yet. You're not feeling recognized yet. There is something about you feeling defensive. It could be with words, because I am seeing something here about maybe it was the way something was said or not communicated properly, or someone kind of said something that was a little hasty, and it kind of is, you're in this defensive position where you feel like you have to either, it's a struggle and you're fighting to keep going, or you actually had to like defend yourself or say something that you were like, hey, that's not what happened, or that's not how it is. I'm going to ask about this Three of Cups in reverse here, because normally when it's upright, it's about celebration and getting together with friends, family, people that fill our cup. But when it's reversed, it feels that something isn't I don't know if it's almost like there's either an issue or it's become too much fun and things aren't getting done. But I do see that there's a lot of excitement here. There's an exciting new beginning, a passionate beginning when it comes to this. This could be friends that you've been in separation from, or family that you've been in separation from. This also feels like it's relating to your home, your foundation. So there's an exciting new beginning coming when it comes to your home. I'm just not sure how this Three of Cups in reverse comes into play, but maybe that makes sense to you. It feels like there's an imbalance of some sort when it comes to other people, perhaps in your home. But there's something exciting. Let's see what this Ace of Wands is. What's that Ace of Wands, Spirit, for Pisces? What's that Ace of Wands? Oh, you're not really speaking on it. You're trying to make a decision. You're trying to imagine your future and what that looks like and who you want to be there. Oh, okay. Who you want to be in your future. Maybe there's something here that you're evaluating about your foundation and who's involved and the investment that's been put in. I do see there is something exciting brewing with your home or your foundation, some type of milestone, even perhaps your stability, commitment as well. But I see that you are at a point where you're trying to figure out how to proceed. What is going to be the best investment for your future? What's going to get you closer to what you want, the stability, the commitment. Right now, you're not really clear on that, and you're not really speaking on it. I see that here. And quite possibly, if you do communicate, it might be in this energy, which is a little defensive. All right, my Pisces, that is what I see your energy is going to be like throughout the month of April. Actually, you know what? We didn't talk about this. This is, this is important over here. Let's see. This feels like you're disconnecting from something and you're not walking away from something, but that could be going against your intuition and you've blocked it off, or you're just not talking to someone. So there's an exciting beginning waiting for you. You could be dealing with a younger fire sign. Doesn't have to be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This feels very exciting and fun. It feels like a new opportunity, maybe a new project of some sort. And I see an ending with the World card. But this with the Four of Wands to me feels like there's a new chapter beginning when it comes to your foundation. But it feels like celebratory. It doesn't feel bad. It feels like maybe you're just trying to gain your own understanding of what you want and what you want to communicate. But regardless of what it is, I see that there's an exciting new beginning when it comes to this Four of Wands. There's an ending too, a big ending, something major shifting so that you can start a new chapter. And I feel like you're very excited. It feels a little young, meaning it's not something that's matured or that maybe you know everything about the certain thing or whatever it is, but it seems like it's a good opportunity. But there's something here, my Pisces friends. Make sure to listen to yourself and your intuition, because I'm feeling like you shut off and your third eye is trying to communicate with you something, even if it is uncomfortable. Your resistance of leaving something behind. It could be a person, place, thing, way of thinking, something that you're not ready to leave yet. Maybe that needs to be evaluated. Now, only you know your life, my Pisces babies, but there's something here about that, okay? Because there is an ending that comes with something exciting on the other side. All right, that's what I got for you here. Let's see what's heading your way in the month of April. Thank you, Spirit, for those messages. What's heading towards my Pisces babies in the month of April, Spirit? What do they need to be aware of? What's heading their way? What can they expect in the month of April, Spirit? What can they expect? What can my Pisces friends expect? I'm laughing because if you've been following me, I normally don't shuffle out like that, but it felt like they just wanted to keep flying out. So who am I? Who am I to tell the tarot which way, what's what? All right, so we have the Six of Wands in reverse, the Eight of Swords in reverse, with the Page of Cups, the Trippin' Squirrel, the Four of Pentacles, the Two of Swords in reverse. Man, my Pisces friends, you are so magical and intuitive that you just got to listen to yourself. And the reason that I'm saying is because these blocks that I see, they're like... they're not like you, like your energy right now that I'm getting. It's not, I feel like there's something about being connected to yourself and getting back in touch with trusting yourself. You know, I don't know if you're feeling a little nervous or a little anxious about leaving something. Oh, I see. You're hanging on tight to these people. You're hanging on tight to these Three of Cups because now they're upright. So this is showing me people that fill your cup, that make you feel good. But earlier they were showing up as reverse. So either way, the people in your energy field are having an impact on what you're holding on to. And now we have the Strength card upright, which I love. Bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Cups, which is partnership, which I kind of had a feeling. But then, okay, we'll talk about this. We'll talk about this, and we'll talk about this guy, okay? Even if you're not dealing with a guy, it's genderless. Let me put these right over here so that we can talk about them shortly. All right, friends. So in the month of April, what I see is going to be coming up for you and heading your way. It's this lack of recognition or lack of feeling like you're making progress or winning in the situation is kind of making you, it's like, it's almost like a dark cloud in the sky. Like you have a beautiful sunny sky, but there's like one cloud that brings rain, and it just happens to come right over to your side. And that's how I kind of feel like you're feeling. Like there's happiness and there's joy within your situation, within the home, whatever the stable structure is for you, but it's not there right now, or it's actually feeling like a little negative to you. Like you're not feeling the most positive about the situation, and it's stemming from you not being recognized in a certain way that at this point I feel like you need it. And I don't blame you. We all, need to be recognized for our efforts, especially when it comes to things that we're doing for other people, our families, our children, whatever your situation may be, your work situation, your friends. You can't just always be giving. And it kind of feels like there's something here that you need recognition. You're like, hey, I did this. I've done a lot is what it feels like. I do see that you are trying to get out of your head when it comes to things that were making you feel very restrained, restricted, a mental prison, thoughts that you couldn't even, it almost feels like you couldn't break through them for a while. But there's also like you're not ready to leave. You're not there's a very clear message here that you're holding on to control. You're holding on to what's dear to you, but it's not holding on to it because you love it and it's nurturing and it's growing and it's blooming the way it's supposed to. It's almost like you're holding on to it out of fear, or out of fear of that you're not going to, it's like, this is it. If I lose this, I'm not going to get more. I'm not going to have enough. And in most cases, I mean, depending on what the situation is, I don't want to say all the time because nothing is ever always or, always and forever. But it just feels like you're really trying to keep control. And I feel like you go between being very wanting to know what's what, like fixating on something, like just kind of making that your thing. I see a swirly eye here, and I've been kind of getting that vibe from your reading since the beginning. It just feels like there is something trying to shift for you, And I do see that the wheel is turning, but I don't know if you're trusting it. Um, we have, so there is something here. I don't know if it's a physical distance or spiritual, mental, emotional, whatever this is, but it feels like you're not you're getting out of your head over the fears and anxieties that you had about leaving something, or making a decision that's going to get you to a better place mentally. That's really what I'm feeling, is that there's a lot of conflict within you about, should I stay, should I go, should it change, should it not. But I see that there is a resistance there. You're not ready to. You're not ready, or something is kind of holding you back when it comes to making that decision. We have the Page of Cups with the 7 in reverse. I'm gonna your reading, Pisces, has already been a little different, so I'm just gonna keep going. I'm gonna use the second deck that I use for the love reading, but I'm gonna use that here just to get additional messages. I don't want to lose these that we have over here. Spirit, what can you tell me about that Page of Cups and the 7 of Swords in reverse, please? Why the Page of Cups and the 7 of Swords in reverse? This could be a younger water sign. It doesn't have to be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or this could be children. But there's something here about it's ready to, it's time to be truthful about it. This could be someone who's more emotionally immature than you are, meaning you're a little more like in control and know what's up, and this person feels a little younger when it comes to love. And maybe it's time to be real about that. If that's your situation, you might be dealing with someone who can't love you. And I'm so sorry, that sounds terrible. I'm not going to say that. That was bad on my part. I'm not sure, are capable of loving you in the same mature way that you love them. This person feels a little emotionally unavailable, and I'm pulling that from what we have over here, but we're going to see what's going on. Now, of course, if this has to do with children, then, we're not going to call kids emotionally immature. They're just little kids, but it could be something like that, okay, for some of you. Why the Page of Cups and the 7 of Swords in reverse, Spirit? Oh, okay. Yeah. I think you are dealing with someone who is a little emotionally immature, and it's not bringing the happiness that you want to yourself, to your heart, to your community, to your family, to your home. We have the Page of Wands showing up again. Something, pages that you could have, maybe you have a couple of kids. I don't know. But the kids don't even have to be involved. But when pages show up, especially when there's more than one, it's kid energy. I'm getting a younger fire sign here. Again, it was the same one you got. But this feels very exciting, very fun. Someone who's very, it's like fun energy. Why is this showing up, Spirit? Working together. I saw that earlier. So maybe it's time there's something about being real and letting the mask like fall. Like someone here hasn't been upfront about something. Maybe someone has been trying to get away with something or not lining their intentions up with what they're actually doing. And then I see two younger energies coming through here, water and fire signs, which shows me like young emotions, young love, sweet feelings. And then we have someone who's just really fun. Like the vibe I'm getting from here is if it's a kid, they're just like your wild child is what it feels like. And then there's a dynamic here that works really well together with three people. It's like they're building towards the same thing, but there's an element of not being happy within it. Even if, okay, let's say that this is a family dynamic. It's like you guys work well technically together. Like you do all the things, the breakfast, the take them there, go there, grocery shop, like whatever it is, like those kinds of things, like they work well together, but there's something that is not happy in the situation. The the wheel is turning. There's something that's changing, though, when it comes to that. And we'll look more into that, okay, when we get to the love part of your reading. But I really wanted to look into what this was because it wasn't telling me enough with just the 2 cards. Look, there's something about the number 3 coming up for you. There's something very important about that. There's either 3 people involved or you're seeing the number 3. There's also the feeling of, I don't know if there's been disappointments that have happened, but I'm kind of picking that up. I'm picking up that something looks good, but there's something underneath that at the end of the day, I don't know how happy it makes you. I see that you're trying to keep control of the situation and you're trying to hold on to it because I have no doubt that these people are really important to you. But you're very undecided and I'm seeing in a couple of different places that you're not ready to make a decision. You're like, no. And Pisces, I think that's disconnecting you from your intuition. You're being asked to have the courage and the bravery to face this and to know that, yes, you can make a decision, but it's going to require you to truly listen to yourself. And you know what? Maybe someone needs to hear this. If you do find yourself in a situation where you're dealing with kids in a family dynamic, maybe it's time to really evaluate like what's going on and be real about why things aren't flowing the way that they should be. Like that's how I feel that it should be. You have all the tools, but something here isn't working to get you to how you need to be feeling, Pisces. I mean, and yeah, okay. I'm not going to keep going over it. I could go on forever. Let me see what else. That's all I have for you here, but we will talk about this King of Cups and this Two of Cups. So there is a partnership coming up. It feels like it's untraditional in some way. And you want an emotional new beginning with this person because you feel a very strong connection to them. And I like that the Two of Cups is upright because that tells me that you guys are in union in that way. There's something rebellious or a little non-traditional about the dynamic. You want a new emotional beginning, but there's a lot of toxicity here. There's something very negative tinging your connection. It's almost like a stain that I feel on your beautiful picture for some reason. The vibe that I'm getting here is I know what you want. Like you want this partnership, you want this new emotional beginning, but there is something here that that's very restrictive for you. Like I want you to see the Lovers card and the Devil card. They're very similar. It's essentially 2 lovers, and one is being guided by an angel, and the other is being brought together and chained together by the devil. Even if the situation did start off like this and it was a beautiful soul loving connection and you guys work amazing together, and maybe you still do, there's something here that is weighing heavy on you. And even though you might be physically together, now this isn't going to apply for everyone, so please only take what resonates. I never know who's watching, so everyone's story is different. But it just feels to me like if you are physically together, you're not in alignment. There's something here that isn't in alignment in either this partnership or within you. There's a big decision that needs to be made. There's also healing that needs to be done. Okay. Let's talk about this King of Cups in reverse. So the reason I said earlier that I'm not sure if this person can love you the way that you need to be loved. Pisces, I think I mentioned this in one of your readings a few months ago because I was feeling this, Pisces. You have so much depth to you. You're just this beautiful being who is so intuitive, so psychic, and you're just so in tune with things that when that gets shut down because other areas of your life are just like, life is hard, and sometimes we do have to shut it out. But when you do it, Pisces, it throws you off so bad because you're literally turning the switch off because of everything else that's going on, and that's not your fault, but maybe bringing some awareness to it will encourage you to start listening to those feelings you have within you. These messages that you're getting, your spirit guides are constantly trying to send you signals, and but I feel you're like, no, like I'm not looking into that. I'm not going to deal with that yet. And in this case, it's someone who's emotionally unavailable to you. This person has gone cold. They're not making a move, but they're just like bringing stress. It used to be really fun with this person, and now it's all business. This person is intelligent. They do speak, but I don't know how much you're enjoying it, because this person isn't emotional towards you. It's almost like an opportunity that was there and it didn't work out, or someone didn't take it, and it comes with a lot of conflict. It's also left you feeling out of your power. The key to this is to get back in tune, my friends. Wow. All right, my Pisces friends. I hope that well, I hope that meant something to somebody. Well, it meant something to me, and I'm not even a Pisces. I would also suggest that you check out your written horoscope over on happilyeverafter.com. I'm writing horoscopes over on her site, and there might be more info for you there. There probably is. All right, let me see. Thank you, Spirit, for all those messages. What advice does my Pisces collective most need to hear? What advice do we have for my Pisces collective, Spirit? What advice for my Pisces friends, Spirit? What advice do we have for my Pisces friends, Spirit? What advice for my Pisces friends? Let me give them a good shuffle. You guys can fast forward to this part. Just the cards have to feel ready, it's a feeling. And sometimes it takes longer than others. All right, there's the sleep thing. Which way do you want to fall? So I feel like you're really worried, or you're losing sleep. I mean, you don't have to be stressed out and worried. It just feels like you stay up late at night wondering if you've wasted your time in this situation. This situation is also taking away from your ability to really be in your power and be this beautiful, abundant, creative, nurturing person. I was getting mother vibes earlier. I mean, you don't have to be a mother, but this is someone who's a healer, who is there for people, who's very consistent, very reliable, takes care of the home, the pets, the this, the that, anything that comes with it. They might even run their own business, or they run their own show. But right now it feels like this Queen of Pentacles can't do that. She's feeling disempowered, and it's genderless, but it is a feminine energy. What's the advice for Pisces? There's too much conflict around you. Look at that, Pisces. Look at that. Your win may not be in this situation, and that's what I think is really one of the things that you may be thinking about is, have I been wasting my time here? Have all my efforts gone unnoticed, is what I'm getting. Because it feels like your efforts have totally gone unnoticed when it comes to this person or this place, or this thing. Advice for Pisces, Spirit. We have the Justice in reverse, so something is off balance. I don't know. I'm just saying that could be a divorce for some of you. If that is a decision, I 100,000,000% understand the depths of that it takes to even get to coming to terms with something like that. Not for all of you, but for some of you. Why the Nine of Swords in reverse? Yeah, babe, you're trying to hold it together. You are trying to hold this together. You're holding on tight. Why the Seven of Pentacles in reverse? It makes you sad. I know. I'm Pisces. I'm reaching out and like literally hugging you guys as a collective. Um, Thinking about the so your patience has kind of it's done. You're like, I have given this so much time after time, X amount of time, however long it is. Um, and it makes you sad to think about that you could have wasted something here. Now, nothing is ever a waste. I'm not saying you wasted your resources. I try to take everything as a learning experience because it would drive me nuts if I didn't. So I'm not telling you what's what, but only you know your life. But that's that energy that I'm getting is someone that's sad here and that feels like they're losing something. It's just it's a feeling of loss when it comes to thinking about what you've been putting in. You're tired of fighting. I feel like it's like RuPaul, you better lip sync for your life. But in this case, you're not lip syncing. You're just, you know, you're swinging that wand, trying to fight for what's yours, trying to keep going. Why the Queen of Pentacles in reverse? It's really hard for you to move forward. It's hard for you to move forward. If there's kids involved, I was shown the page again. That's probably why. But no one is here to tell you what's what, Pisces. But earlier when we talked about like admitting or dropping the mask, like being truthful, like maybe there's something there about the if you are a parent or if you are someone who is responsible for other things like that and you feel like you're spread thin, you're not taking care of yourself, you're not abundant in the way that you should be, because anyone who's putting in this beautiful effort deserves to have happiness and joy and family and a partner that loves them the way that they deserve to be loved. If that's your story, if this is not about love, it feels like it's something relating to the people around you. If this isn't about that and this is about work, this situation keeps you from feeling like you're thriving in this environment. I don't see growth here for you. I see you like a little bit dimmed in the situation, because no matter what you do, you may feel like you're not getting out of it necessarily what you want, even if what you do want is recognition and that mature type of love. You're very conflicted when it comes to starting a new journey or to have taking a leap of faith. This could be, I don't know if there was an argument with someone or things that were said, or you're just mentally conflicted, but it feels like you're just, you know that a new journey could start, but I don't know if you're going to be willing to take it because there's a lot of conflict there. Why the Six of Wands? You want to be recognized. It's either in this partnership, if you are with someone that's coming through, you want to have divine union. Like you feel that this is your person. But there's something here that's not being recognized, and it leaves you feeling very, I don't know if even your confidence takes a hit. Why the Justice in reverse? It's too painful. It's very painful. I understand, Pisces. You've been disappointed. Something that was supposed to be right, something that was a contract. Maybe someone said something that this was going to happen like this and it's going to be forever, or it's going to be work out. Don't worry. Everything's going to be good. Whatever it is, it feels like it's not, and it's bringing a lot of heartache with it. You haven't given up on this, but I also don't see progress in it, at least not in the month of April. Why the Lovers here? There's a 3 again. Yeah, maybe it's a family dynamic. Maybe, or other people are involved in some way that are affecting this. Something feels very hot and cold. Why the 3? Why the 3 of Cups again? I would expect communication or quick movement when it comes to this. That's an interesting message. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else. Empty promises and no plans to move forward. It doesn't leave you feeling good. It leaves you feeling very, I hate to say it, but it almost feels like a little moody. And hey, I get it. I get your frustration. Okay. For some of you, I definitely think this could have to do with a marriage or something like that, or an institution of some sort. If it's not about a relationship, for others, this could be about some kind of institution that is a big part of your life. All right. Thank you, Spirit. My Pisces. Wow. Your reading has definitely been the longest. I'm glad I waited till the morning after I got a full night's sleep to do your reading, because you are my last reading in the horoscopes. So I'm more than happy to continue going. All right, if you're still with me, let's get to your love reading. The candle did just blow out, guys. I mean, it didn't blow out, it went out as I was talking about your love reading. I don't know if that's symbolic, but I'm the type of person, I look for signs everywhere. It's ridiculous. I know sometimes I overdo it, but hey, if it makes me feel better and if it makes me feel like I'm in alignment. All right. Thank you, Spirit, for all those messages. Can we please get some messages about Pisces love life? Spirit is like, that's literally what we just talked about. But we don't know that. I don't know that. So this is just specific for love. We're going to be checking into your love, your energy when it comes to your love life in the month of April, my friends. All right. Let's go. Thank you, Spirit. Oh, y'all see me shuffling, and there's no way that I could even keep track of cards to plan that out, for that to come out the first. There's something here. Someone needs to come clean about something. Someone's been sneaky or trying to get away with something, not aligning their actions with their intentions. Someone could be faking the funk, and it's time to get real. Pisces love life, Spirit. We have the Six of Pentacles in reverse, the Chariot in reverse, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, the Ace of Pentacles upright, okay, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, oh Lord, why the Seven of Swords in reverse, Spirit, the Knight of Swords in reverse, why the Six of Pentacles in, oh my gosh, there he is. There he is, the culprit. Why the Chariot in reverse? Why the Queen of Pentacles in reverse? Yep. Why the Ace of Pentacles? Why the Knight of Pentacles in reverse? Spirit, what's this Ace of Pentacles? What is that? Page of Pentacles. New work, new opportunity. A new opportunity. Okay. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Swords, okay? So there's something here that's bringing you a lot of disappointment and possibly heartache. I mean, it is a heartache card. I hate to throw that on you, especially if it's something that you already know. But you are at this tarot reading, so my hope is to deliver messages that can help you break through whatever is keeping you from living your best life, my Pisces. What I see for you when it comes to your love life, we already talked about, someone here needs to come clean about why there hasn't been movement forward. There's a lot of holding back. There's there's lack of, okay. It's like you could be talking plans and you could be planning things out if this involves another person. It feels like it does. But there's no movement forward. there's no there's no action taken. What I see here is someone's really overgiven to the situation, whether it's money, love, attention, affection, all of the life things, whatever that is. One of you, probably you, has been overgiving to it. And this is the second time in your reading that I see upside down scales, which let me know that this situation is not balanced. And we also had that devil energy come in earlier, which feels like it's been keeping you down for a long time, whatever this is. I feel like the person that you've been overgiving to, they could be a fire sign or have fire in their chart. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, doesn't have to be. But this person, they're like non-committal to something. They're like focusing on themselves. They want what they want and they do what they want. This person's very attractive and like alluring, and people probably look up to them. They might be a boss, a manager, have their own business, like do their own thing. They like legit do their own thing. But the way that I see this here, it's that they leave you out of it. At least that's the feeling, or you're like left out of something, but you're still giving to it. And I don't know if this person gives back in the same way or in ways that you need. One of you is fighting to keep going, and the other one is fighting to not move anywhere. It's like there's a very defensive energy here when it comes to this situation. It's like you're fighting, you're defending, you keep going, but there's no movement. It's like you're trying to move this heavy ass stone chariot. Imagine trying to move a rock with a stick, and that's kind of the image that I'm getting as to what your energy feels like when it comes to love. This situation, we already talked about the Queen of Pentacles earlier, but if you skipped ahead, this is someone who right now can't provide or take care of themselves in the way that they normally do. Things aren't growing here for this person. This could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, doesn't have to be. But if you're this Queen of Pentacles, like I felt like you were earlier, your energy feels like it's not flourishing. It's not blooming in this. Like I feel like you're not even happy with how you might be showing up to your tasks and your responsibilities. What's kind of bringing you down, one of the things I should say that I see here is you've been given a lot of empty promises. You've been given a lot of indications that things were going to move forward, but someone here hasn't been telling the truth about why things aren't moving forward. I do think that whoever this is, like they either told you they had feelings or you thought there was feelings there, but it was like they were giving you from an empty cup. Like, that's what it feels like. It feels like you keep pouring into a cup, into someone else's cup, and their cup has a hole in it, and you just continue to pour because you're this loving person, this beautiful person that shows up for people, but what you've been given in return hasn't been the same. The Ace of Pentacles and the Six of Wands here, again, I see that you're not being recognized and you don't feel like there is winning in a situation. There feels like there's a new opportunity when it comes to something. It could be work or getting to know someone, a new friend perhaps. But there's a time, I don't know if you feel it's not time yet or you're not being recognized. The Six of Wands keeps coming up for you. And more young energy here. This might feel like a friend. Like maybe this is an opportunity to get to know someone again or spark up a friendship. If this is work, it feels like there's a new opportunity when it comes to working with people towards something. But again, it comes with the feeling of not feeling recognized. But I feel like there is this opportunity. It is an opportunity to bring back together. If you've been like feeling these hard times that obviously we've been talking about, I feel like there's a chance at coming back together. But there's no plan to move forward. Like this doesn't feel like it's moving forward. I also feel that you might need a break. And maybe that's what you're doing. You're tired of thinking of plans and you're like, I just can't think about this anymore. And you're kind of pulling back and taking a break, even if it's short for a couple of days or something. All right, my friends. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm saying sorry because I made this too long, but I got lost in the sauce earlier in your reading. I get invested too, guys. All right, my Pisces friends, one more pool for your love life. Thank you, Spirit. What do my Pisces friends need to know? What advice do we have for my Pisces friends when it comes to their love life, Spirit, in the month of April? Oops. What advice do we have for my Pisces friends in the month of April, their love life, Spirit? What do they need to know? What would be helpful to them right now to know? Oh, man. Yeah, so whoever you're dealing with, if you are dealing with someone here is not emotionally available. They've turned that off. They've withdrawn their love from you, and it's been very painful. Maybe there's having to admit that because you're very fearful of losing this. There's a lot of healing that needs to be done in this situation. You guys, we can't get away from that card. Spirit, you're making me want to take that card out for my Pisces from the deck. All right, why the King of Cups in reverse? Oh my God. I hate him. No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. Totally kidding. And it's not even a him, but man, this person, you guys, why the Three of Swords? Why the Moon in reverse? I'll tell you why my feelings sparked up like that about him, okay? And it doesn't have to be a him. It's genderless, but it is masculine energy. This person, it's like they know what to say. It's almost like they breadcrumb you. They know what to say to keep you content, but at the same time, they don't give you their love. They give you empty promises. You have a lot of synchronicities in your reading. The number 3 and the number 4 keep coming up for you. We have the end of a cycle here. Why the Queen of Swords in reverse? Okay. Why the Queen of Swords in reverse with 6? What's this Death card about, Spirit? That guy again. Wow. You have a lot of masculine energy coming through in your reading, so you could be dealing with different people. I'm feeling a father energy come through. This could all be the same person. I don't know, and it's different aspects to them. So yeah, Pisces, I feel like whoever this is, we're going to leave that there because you got the Judgment in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Whoever this is has kind of just said enough to keep you around. It's like empty promises. It's been very painful, very disappointing. I do see that there is something changing here, like something's realigning. That could be you, the Queen of Wands. Why the Queen of Wands? The Wheel of Fortune. Walking away. So the change is going to come when you decide, when you make the decision, when you sit in your power, when you have the confidence, when you decide to follow your passions. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing someone following their passions here and knowing that it's choosing to follow passions and leaving behind the things that aren't fulfilling you anymore. There's a very strong message about that. That's what's going to allow you to align back into the flow of back into how your life is trying to roll out for you. Because there's something here that's very stuck. There's been a resistance of wanting to deal with this because there's a lot of fears involved, things you don't know. There's also conflict and competition in the situation, meaning there's other people that are creating tension, and it's like you want to let that go. You want to let go of that tension. I do see there is a big need for healing and rest and just keeping to yourself. But also don't ignore what it is that is the problem. In ignoring it, you might miss an opportunity for change. Like nothing is for certain. This wheel isn't for certain. It's like you have to take the steps to take that opportunity that we saw earlier. Because it's something that you haven't been wanting to deal with. It's something that maybe you have been taking a break from, and that's fine. If you take a break from it, that's amazing. But there's a message here about not being checked out or so bored or over it that you're not actually healing because you are afraid to see what's there. This situation has to do with something that isn't giving you the commitment that you need and the stability that you need. This King of Pentacles energy is something that's supposed to be very stable, a provider, a giver, someone who looks out. If it's a family, they look out for their family. They're a boss. I'm seeing boss energy here in a couple of different areas. But right now, this person is very self-focused. They're focusing on themselves, and that is very obvious. I don't know if they're being upfront over why or what their true intentions are, but there's a real need to almost like address that. But I don't know if you are, because I see that you're holding a lot in. We already talked about this King of Wands. He's non-committal. These two are out looking out for themselves. You could be dealing with an earth sign, a fire sign, a water sign. It could be any sign. But what I'm seeing here, I wouldn't doubt that these are different parts of the same person. It could be different people that you're dealing with. If so, only you'll know. But there is an ending coming. There's something coming to an end when it comes to this King of Wands in reverse and the lack of recognition that you're getting in the situation. And maybe that's going to come when you finally speak your truth in your mind. Because right now I feel like you're trying to gain clarity as to how to move forward and how to start to get yourself to a better place mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. This could also be a physical move, especially with that World card, and we did see stuff about the home at the beginning part of your reading. I see you are being encouraged to think about the future. Who is there? What does it look like? How do you feel? Most importantly, how do you feel? Don't forget how you feel now and how you've been feeling in the past. It's like take everything you know and transmute it into your ideal life. Like, what does that look like? And maybe that's been hard to do if you are attached to a certain person, because there was a partnership that I see you really want here. And I don't know if these are the same people. They could be. But I'm just saying, when you think of them in the future, is your thoughts based on a reality, on a track record that has happened? Or is it based off of possibly old memories or how you wish it was, or the connection that you feel to them? That I don't know if it's reciprocated, because something here doesn't feel reciprocated. That's a hard message to give, but I do it out of love, my friends. I want you to be living your best. I want all of us to be living our best lives. Honestly, like I want us all to show up to these tarot readings and be like, oh, we're good. Oh, success. Oh, this, oh, that, But right now, my friends, I will tell you a lot of relationships, friendships, family dynamics, work, everything that seemed so stable, so secure a short 2 years ago, we are shifting, friends. It's the ascension. We're meant to ascend, and sometimes that means breaking away from what we've known for a long time. With the Judgment reverse, I feel like something here is becoming harder to ignore. There's a big shakeup and a big wake up trying to come in for you, a big spiritual awakening that's going to bring you more in line, in alignment with yourself. But right now, I don't think you've gotten there yet. You may feel it and you're like, no, you're going in that Four of Cups and kind of pushing it off and not wanting to think about it. The Sun reverse again. I know you're not happy in this situation. But there's a Page of Cups. There's a younger love that keeps you going. Okay. All right, my friends. Let's do a little pin reading. Oh my God, I cannot believe it. Yours is literally the longest reading. I don't even know if anyone's listening at this point. Thank you, Spirit, for those messages. What can you tell my Pisces friends? Okay, we have We have some hearts. We have our Roswell alien pin. You could be dealing with an Aquarius. We have a couple of hearts. How many hearts? We have 3 hearts. You have a lot of love, Pisces. I just hope that it's given back to you in the same way. And times tenfold, my friend. We have Marge and Homer. Maybe there's a Simpsons connection here. Definitely little lovey couple. We have the hello there, but the O and the T are blacked out. So it looks like hell here. And I feel like that's how you feel. I remember earlier I said the picture, it looks nice, but how does it feel? We have yes, a heart with a yes. If you had a question, that could be answering it. Lots of hearts. We have a kiss is even deadlier. Maybe I'm feeling 90s vibes, but maybe there's someone here likes Batman. Either way, 2 opposites coming together. I will say that even though that dynamic was nice, they didn't end up working out because essentially at the end of the day, they were different. We have it nasty. Maybe you are a Prince fan, or maybe nasty means something to you. We have another March pin. Definitely Simpsons connection here. March coming in as the healer too. We have Bad Bunny. Maybe someone here likes Bad Bunny, or there's a Bad Bunny connection. I'm getting a lyric in my head, but I'm not gonna go there. We have the vintage Rolling Stones pin. Maybe someone here is into the Stones or into collecting vintage stuff. We have the Saint Coco pin. This always comes through for me as like having a feminine energy on your spiritual team, possibly someone that passed and is now with you. Grandma vibes, perhaps. And then we have the T-Rex with the goat. This reminds me of the death card because it's kind of like the circle of life and the natural cycles of things. All right, my friends, my apologies. You have more Aquarius energy here. That was just sticking out. Or maybe you like aliens. I also see love as a drug. I really got to stop with your reading because literally I don't think anyone's still listening. But I don't know. It's been real, Pisces. I hope you enjoyed this. You definitely got the long version, but I hope it was helpful. And I wish you nothing but the best. And I will catch you at the next one. Thanks, guys.